شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوي پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا کور دا د باتورانو.
Hello and welcome. You are watching English News Bulletin on RTA News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Suleiman Talash. We begin with, based on a decree by the Supreme Leader of the Islamic Emirate, 158 prisoners have been released and the sentences of 291 others have been reduced at the host central prison. According to the head of the prison, Maulvi Zabihullah Talha, educational programs in both religious and modern studies as well as vocational training opportunities have been provided for prisoners inside the facility. On the other hand, the High Commission for Addressing Refugees Affairs held a meeting chaired by Deputy Prime Minister for Administrative Affairs, Maulvi Abdul Salam Hanafi. The meeting discussed the effective management of returnee affairs, identification and verification of eligible refugees, and the distribution of land to them. Necessary decisions were made in this regard. Meanwhile, by the decree of the Supreme Leader of the Islamic Emirate, Sheikh al-Hadith Maulvi Muhammad Qasim Khalid has been officially appointed as the new Deputy Minister for Counter-Narcotics at the Ministry of Interior Affairs. He was introduced during a ceremony held at the Operational Unit Hall of the Ministry, attended by senior officials and employees. The former Deputy Minister for Counter-Narcotics, General Mullah Abdul Haq Khan Hamkar, officials from various ministries, and a number of staff members were also present. Ambassador of the Islamic Emirate to Kyrgyzstan, Maulvi Abdul Shakur Haqqani, met with Almas Borkalayev, Deputy of the 4th Political Department at the Kyrgyz Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to discuss political, economic and cultural issues. The ambassador emphasized the recent ceasefire between Afghanistan and Pakistan, stating that the Afghan people are peace-loving and do not wish to have their peace disrupted by the unrest of others. Meanwhile, Mr. Borkalayev expressed hope for strengthened trade relations between Afghanistan and Kyrgyzstan. Public Health Minister Maulvi Nur Jalal Jalali met with Stefan Rodriguez, head of the UNDP, the United Nations Development Programme in Afghanistan. During the meeting, the minister emphasized strengthening cooperation on environmental health programs, protection of workers from radiological risks, management of medical waste, provision of solar power to health centers in needy areas, and control of infectious diseases. On the other hand, the UNDP chief pledged continued support in these areas and said efforts would be made to maintain long-term cooperation with Afghanistan's health system. The Charge d'Affaires of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan in Jakarta, Maulvi Saadullah Baloch, met with Ricky Ihsan, head of the Central and East Asia Department at Indonesia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. During the meeting, both sides discussed the recent situation along the Durand Line between Afghanistan and Pakistan, as well as the bilateral memorandum of understanding recently signed between the two countries in Doha, Qatar. Mr. Baloch emphasized that the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan remains committed to peace, good neighborly relations, and constructive regional cooperation. Minister of Industry and Commerce Nuruddin Azizi, along with his delegation, participated in the 30th Turkmenistan International Oil and Gas Exhibition and Conference. The ministry said that during the event, Mr. Azizi met with several foreign officials and investors to discuss developing economic relations, increasing investment, and promoting joint cooperation in the oil, gas, and related industries. The ministry added that the conference is an important opportunity to expand economic and energy opportunities among regional countries. Enrique Ratuata, Deputy Special Representative of the UN Secretary General for Afghanistan, UNAMA, visited Bamiyan province to monitor UN programs and assess their impact on local communities. During the visit, she met with Maulvi Abdullah Sarhadi, Governor of Bamiyan, and other local officials to discuss better coordination for expanding humanitarian services in remote areas. The UN deputy emphasized the importance of monitoring and evaluating programs, noting that the information gathered gathered can help improve services and ensure it reaches those in need. Stephen Luz, head of the United Nations Human Settlement Program UN Habitat in Afghanistan, stated that efforts are underway to address Afghanistan's environmental challenges at the international forums, particularly during the upcoming COP30 conference in Azerbaijan. She made the remarks during a meeting with Maulavi Matiul Haq Khalis, Director General of the National Environmental Protection Agency. Meanwhile, the National Environmental Protection Agency had emphasized continued international cooperation beyond politics and said efforts are ongoing to complete suspended environmental projects. Mullah Shirin Khan, Governor of Kandahar, met with the deputy of the Afghan Red Crescent Society to discuss several important matters. During the meeting, the governor described the humanitarian and health services provided by Red Crescent as effective and expressed his full support for the organization's charitable activities in the country. On the other hand, during his official visit to Kunar province, Minister of Martyrs and Disabled Affairs Mullah Abdul Majid Khan met with local officials to discuss ongoing work. The ministry said that during the trip, the minister also inspected the new administrative building allocated to the Provincial Office of Martyrs and Disabled Affairs and evaluated services provided to orphans, widows and people with disabilities. The Minister of Agriculture, Irrigation and Livestock says that strawberry production in the country has increased. The ministry added that this year, 681 metric tons of strawberries have been produced nationwide, representing a 9% increase compared to last year. Take a look at a detailed story.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Irrigation and Livestock announced that the country's strawberries harvest has increased compared to last year. According to the Ministry's Agriculture Statistics and Information Department, 681 metric tons of strawberries were produced across the country this year.
According to the statistics of the Agricultural Statistics and Information Department of the Ministry of Agriculture, Irrigation and Livestock of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, 681 metric tons of strawberries were produced in this country last year, which represents a 9% increase over the last year. We are trying to increase the cultivation and production of this tasty fruit in the country by supporting farmers and setting up cold storages.
Meanwhile, agricultural experts say that Afghanistan is suitable for producing a variety of fruits due to its favorable climate condition, and they believe that Afghan fruits can compete with foreign products in terms of quality.
Afghanistan have different zones and different climates, so it can be said that we have different fruits and vegetables in different provinces. Our government, especially the Ministry of Agriculture, should work hard in this area so that we can have fruits and vegetables domestically and get rid of fruits from foreign countries and become self-sufficient.
The Ministry of Agriculture also added that a total of 1,081 hectares of land in 6 provinces of the country are under strawberry cultivation, with the highest yields from Balkh, Herat and Nangarhar provinces.
The Ministry of Defense says that 7 Humvee tanks and 4 international military vehicles have been repaired by the 1st Battalion of the 4th Infantry Brigade under the 205th Al-Badr Corps. According to the battalion commander, the repair tanks and other vehicles have been restored to services and are now ready to be used in the defense of the country. In a transparent process attended by Nuristan's Director of Mines, Maulavi Said Rahim, members of the committee, local officials, representatives of various provincial departments, and more than 250 traders, 250 kilograms of precious and semi-precious stones extracted from mines and 2 districts of the province were auctioned. During the auction, beryl, coenzite and beryl samples were sold for a total of 141.425 million Afghanis. The Islamic Emirates' share amounted to 14.142 million Afghanis, which officials described as an important step toward increasing national revenue and providing greater investment opportunities. And the final one reads that construction of a standard international terminal worth 35 million Afghanis has begun in Nimroz province. The Ministry of Transport and Aviation says the terminal will be built on more than 600 acres of land over the course of 1 year and will have the capacity to accommodate 500 trucks. That's all for now. Stay with us to stay updated. Thank you for watching.
ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا